This is Meet the Ocean, and I am your host, Paul North. Today, we continue our series, Invertebrate of the Month. And I'm excited. Why? You're asking why? Well, as a scuba diver, I've gotten to see a lot of things in my underwater travel. And you know, that Dr. Seuss guy, he kind of hit the nail on the head in that there are thriving communities that just happen to be very, very small. This does not diminish their importance to the ecosystem, and often, invertebrates provide the greatest assortment of shapes and colors. Can we get a sound of a rainbow? Maybe the plainest way that I can say it is that they have a story to tell, and we are here to share it. Who is our special guest, you might ask? Well, it's... actually, I'll just let them introduce themselves, but before I do, a reminder that Meet the Ocean is a 501c3 nonprofit. We create educational content that connects to audiences of all ages around the world. To continue doing this in a meaningful way, we depend on help from our listeners. And we are encouraging those who can to give $5 a month in order that we can continue educating the public with our creative conservation. You can find more podcasts, our film and art collaboration with Las Vegas for Antarctica, and ways to donate on our website, meettheocean.org. And now, on to our show.
Is this thing on? Sorry, I've never had to use an underwater microphone before. Well, yeah, down here we just call them microphones. Really fancy stuff. You know, it's a real honor to be chosen as Invertebrate of the Month. You know, makes me feel special in a way. Only because most folks want to hear about is the vertebrates, the sharks and the whales, and dolphins too, always dolphins, you know. Ooh, look at me, I have a spine. Get over yourselves. I mean, no offense if you have a vertebral column or a spine or something like that, you know, it's just not my thing. Anyway, I appreciate you letting a guy like me come in and tell the invertebrate story. How am I sounding? Wait, what? Are we recording already? Let me start over. Oh, you'll just edit this part out later. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Okay, well, here we go then. I am a clam. I live in the sand. I've got 1 foot, but I don't stand on land. Not a fan. No, ma'am. Am I rhyming? I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm just a little nervous. Oh, and on that note, us clams, we don't have wacky names like Sam the Clam or Tammy the Clammy. I mean, don't be ridiculous. Okay, well, where was I? The sand. Yes. It's actually very comfortable once you nestle in, you know. Swirl your foot around underneath you and sink down into sweet safety. Well, I could stay there all day with just my 2 little siphons sticking out in the water. Just taking in food with one and spitting out waste with the other. Basically, we allow the movement of water to bring us food. When we're open and when we're closed. It may sound lazy, but we do all right for ourselves. We're very selective. We won't eat anything, just most little floating things, you know, plankton, algae, you get the idea. Is anyone else hungry? Clams are strong. Don't let the muscles tell you otherwise. If we're brought out of water, or sense that one of you divers is coming to try to pry us open, we use our adductor muscles to clam up, so to speak, and bam! Good luck to you 2-legged spine walkers trying to open us up with your puny little finger bones. And now there you are thinking, wow, what a thing it is to be a clam. What a fascinating way to experience life on our lovely planet Earth. Well, we feel the same way. And, hey, before we go on, I feel like I need to address, the whale in the room. Us clams, we're delicious. Oh, you don't think we know that? Why do you think we work so hard building our shells? It's not just for fashion, I can tell you that. And we know all about the chowder. You're not fooling anyone. But I digress. Let's see here. Oysters, mussels, and clams are all classified by scientists as bivalves. You know, like we're all goody two-shells. Clams have a few things in common with humans. For one thing, we have a heart. as well as his stomach. I'm looking at you, Paul. I'm just kidding. You look great. But yeah, we do have that organ, the stomach. We also have kidneys, a circulatory system, and a digestive system. And I said earlier, we have a foot. We clams only have one, but it's very muscular. We use it to move from here to there. It requires a great deal of energy, though, but can sometimes help us escape a predatory snail. Oh, yes, those exist. Don't even get me started. You don't know fear until you're running for your life on one foot from a bloodthirsty snail all wild-eyed and hot on your trail. Okay. Well, let's focus on what is fascinating about us mollusks. Shall we talk about the shell? Well, I grew mine myself. We all do, because our exoskeletons don't shed like those creepity-crawler crustaceans. Nope, we keep it. A clam shell is like a constantly evolving work of art, a triumph in the architectural form, a transcendent fortress of solitude. Well, how do we do it? Well, we use a lot of the dissolved material in salt water. Try this big word on for size. Extracellularly. Do humans put celery in your salads? Oh, well, if you don't, you should try. Anyway, we clams use deposits of proteins and minerals to grow our shells. It takes time, but all good things do. Now, the last thing I want to clear up is this. Gills. Yeah, sure, fish have them, but so do a lot of other ocean critters. The thing about clams is we have the best of the bunch. Why is that? Maybe it's efficiency. Not only do our gills help us to respirate, acquire oxygen, they also let us capture food. That's clam life. Now you know. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I over time? My apologies. I could be a little shellfish sometimes. Well, thank you for listening from my perspective on things. I hope you learned something about your friend, the humble clam, invertebrate extraordinaire. It's been a real pleasure. And I suppose I should say thanks to the octopus who chose to swim over me and eat those other clams instead. Because without her, I probably wouldn't be here right now. Okay, are we done? You want me to say what about a website? What's a website?
Meet the Ocean is produced by Paul North and Andrew Gettings, with sound design by me, Kelsey Anderson. Many thanks to actor and comedian Theo Anderson for voicing our clan. Before Meet the Ocean was even a thing, Theo, Paul, and Andy made an award-winning eco-comedy short film. You can check it out on YouTube. The title? Be a Better Roommate. Spoiler alert, Theo's roommate is a sperm whale. In other news, our short film, Winter in Antarctica, has been awarded the honor of a top independent film of 2021 by the Spotlight Documentary Film Awards. Still haven't seen it? Log on to our website, meettheocean.org, to purchase digital tickets. Unshellfishly, without pulling a muscle, we ask humbly for you, our listeners, to help us reach a monthly donation goal of $5,000. I think we can do it. Visit our Patreon page to learn more about contributions and gifts available for different tiers of giving. Thank you in advance. Until next time, may the salt water be with you.
Meet the ocean.